Oh my goodness. Welcome back to another episode of My Watch Therapy. Today, from the Presage line, we have the SPB269. 269er. Let's take a moment to connect this beautiful timepiece. Incidentally, this watch is for sale at Tick Tock shop. I'll put a link in the description. You can see the reference number and the price right there. And before anybody starts commenting, yes, my hands have paint all over them. I do some side work painting, and today the paintbrush won. And as much as I scrubbed my hands, I could not get them fully clean. But hopefully you're not looking at my hands and thinking about those. I think you should be thinking about this. This watch is, man, it's action-packed. And I would also say it's got too many names. It struck me as I was researching the watch just how many different names this thing has. Because not only is it the Presage line, it's also a part of the sharp-edged series. Okay? And sometimes I just wish companies, even Seiko, wouldn't just have all these different lines. Just build a watch and have them all at different prices. And clearly, you don't have to call it Presage or Prestige or sharp-edged anything, right? You just sell the watch for whatever it costs, and some are more expensive and some are not. Like, why have Seiko 5, Presage line? This is also it's also part of the Luxe line. Seiko, Presage, sharp-edged, Luxe line, limited. It's just too much. It's too much. I don't know why they have to be so verbose. I love these sort of dihedral. I'm just getting lots of Grand Seiko feel here. I think, let me hit a little polish on there. I think like every other watch, I'm always disappointed. I feel like they get it wrong backwards. They have some vertical brushing here, but then polished on the side. Now, I set my watch down like that. I don't want it to be scratched. I don't want the polish there. I want it on top, and that's where people see it when it's on your blessed wrist. It's just a gripe I have about this watch and a lot of other ones. So I have nearly a 7-inch wrist, and you can see it. It fits well. There's still inboard of the edge of my wrist. It's 49.2 millimeters high, top to bottom, and 42.2 wide. I think you can go down to at least 6.5 on this. It's got that Seiko magic. It is heavy. It's heavy. It's a GMT, and so for that, it's got. What am I trying to say? Just a little more in it. And so I think it's just a little heavier. But you can see on the left side of the dial at about 9 o'clock, there's the power reserve. So up to 45 hours in power reserve. And there you go on that. Then there's a 1-hour clock at about 6. Then it's got this nice fired blue. If I can get any closer. Fired blue GMT hand. Yeah, it's not popping very good. The fire blue GMT hand is a real nice touch. I mean, the bezel rather is blue as well, dark blue. But I think I'm skipping over, or I have not mentioned, a couple things. The indices are very Grand Seiko-like. The more you talk about it, the more you realize $1,500 is quite a bit. You might be able to beat that, but you're getting a lot of Seiko that cost more. Look at the dial. Look at that patterning. Kind of got from 12 down to 6. You got sort of these snowflakes. And then to the right and left, you got these vertical stripes. It's a little like some wallpaper. But if you want to think, again, Grand Seiko, right? They're inspired by nature, right? Their dial is is Lake Suwa, the waves, or snowfall on Mount Iwate, however you say that. So I think they're sort of hinting at that. I think it's an interesting touch. The GMT hand and the hour and minute hands are loomed. And that inner chaptering I'm noticing right there. It's a nice silver polish. Nice finishing, and around that 30 minute counter. You can see some nice polishing there, almost looks a little pearl-like. So what else? What else are you getting? You're getting 29 jewels. You're getting a signed crown. You're getting an upgraded bracelet, so it's got that brush center links. And then, because it is limited to 2,000 pieces, that's the series. Zero Halliburton. I don't know. Again, just a little part of some vertical brushing there. Côte de Genève, they call it. Other than that, I think the movement is pretty mediocre looking. Nothing too great there. See that balance wheel cranking away. 28,800 vibrations. So tell me what you think, boys and girls. I think this brings a lot to the table. Not just with all the names, but I think this is really another level. And I can't always say that about other Presages. I guess this is somehow, again, is a even higher level Presage because it has more complications. It's an automatic and it's a GMT. And therefore, maybe that's why it's a part of the Luxe line. So, let me put this on my right wrist. A little smaller. I think maybe it looks a little better there. Oh, yeah. Great looking. I also will finish with that textured dial you see there. I think it's great that they didn't also make that blue or dark blue. I feel like too many Seiko watches will sort of downplay the beautiful dial work that they have there. And they'll paint it something dark, so it makes it very subtle, and unless you're like staring close at it, you know, you're not going to really see it. And so onlookers or other watch enthusiasts or, you know, anybody else is just not going to kind of notice that off the bat. Nice sort of milled out clasp there. I don't know if that made sense. I like the lighter dial. I think the indices are beautiful, and I just think this is a little more attention grabbing. Not that you just need attention, but I think if you're going to wear a $1,500 watch and it's a part of the Seiko Luxe blah blah Presage line, well, it damn well should stick out. That's just what I think. Lastly, look at those hands right in the middle. You see the amount of hands that are stacked up right there. That's a feat of horology right there. Thank you for spending a little of your most precious time with me. I did it again. Your most precious commodity, which is time with me here at My Watch Therapy. I look forward to your comments, and I'll get back to each and every one of you. Take care and have a great rest of your day.